Good morning. I think it's still morning, my stitchy friends. If it's not morning, it's afternoon. It's a great day to stay inside and stitch. And got some new patterns to show you, some exciting new events coming up. And I also have a whip that I've been working on that has stuck around for way too long and I need to finish it. So I'll get to the whip first. I showed you a picture last Flosstube of the sunflower sampler from Fat Quarter Shop. This was a mystery stitch, and I did really, really good until I didn't. So there's the picture, and this is how far I've gotten. The other night I was like up to there. So you'd think these petals would go really fast, but they really don't. They take a lot of time, and some of them the stitches go all the way across, and I thought, no, I'm not going to get confused over there. So I've kind of stopped and started, but I just have a few more petals to do, and then I could fill in the center, and then I can take it and figure out how I'm gonna finish it. So there you can see what it looks like out of the hoop. I think it'll be fun, something to put out in August. I like sunflowers, so hopefully we'll get this done so I can move on to something else. When I sit and work on this one, I'll think, oh, I'll really be glad to get this done because then I can work on this, and then I'm stuck on petals. So hopefully we'll get that finished up soon and we can move on to something else. 2 more weeks, and Deborah and I will be leaving for Nashville, Tennessee for Needlework Market. I hear her cheering off to the side. I've been doing a lot of pre-ordering. Probably up to about 20 designers I've pre-ordered. So Peter had a great suggestion. Down in the comments, give me your top 3 patterns that you've seen that designers are releasing for market. I'm not sure where you go to find them, but I know they're out there because people have been saying, hey, I need this. So I'm like, okay, we'll see about that. So just put that in the comments because I'm curious to see if I have my finger on the pulse of our customers. It's always hard to buy for somebody else. It'd be real easy for me to just go out and buy everything I liked, but you may not like the same thing I like, and the next person was totally different. So I try to get a good variety. I try to bounce ideas off people. In fact, right before the video, I said, Peter, come here and look at these. And he kind of had the same opinion I did, so it was good to hear that. I need feedback like that. So after we get back to market, those patterns won't immediately go to the floor because we have a fun aftermarket party scheduled. That will be on May the 29th. We have 2 sessions. What'd I say, May? Yeah. Sorry, I was making you wait a long time. March 29th, from 2 to 4 will be the first session, and then 5 to 7 will be the second session. Each session will have the same amount of each pattern. So if you sign up early, you'll get the same thing as the ones who sign up for the second session. So we're excited about that because you guys get to see what we went and picked up and picked out, and there's always surprises. I mean, I could give you the whole list of what I'm ordering, but once I get into the booth with the designer and start talking to him, I may change my mind completely and come up with something else or add on to the order. So you never know what we're going to bring back. I have a few special things in mind that I want to check out. So I'm just looking forward to it, trying to look at the department and go, okay, what do we need, and make sure that I pick those things up. So there'll be lots of goodies and a fun time for the aftermarket party. It is live on the website, so be sure and check it out and get signed up if you want to come. So before I go into the other things, we'll go through the new patterns. Lanine's still in Florida, and she's been ordering, and our, what do you call them? Our automatic orders that we have. Auto ship, there we go. They've been coming in too. So First up is Stitching with the Housewives, and if you're working on the month-to-month series, here is April. Got some fun daffodils in the tart pan at the top, and April down at the bottom. She did this on 28 count white Monaco, so she doesn't always do her work on black. Let's see, she's got this wire basket here. You really can't see it because she's mounted the print on it. Comes from Hobby Lobby, and the tart pan is found on Amazon. So she's got a fun finish. If you get the wire basket, you can always change out for every month. You know, add new flowers and then put your new pieces on. And when I get to the end, I found a new finishing source that I want to share with you. If you're working on Let's Go Ride a Bike, of course, coming up on Easter, here's Bunny Hop. We've got turnips and carrots across the top and fun bunnies there on the bike. This is done on 28 count black even weave. The basket's found in Hobby Lobby, and on the back of her pattern, she gives you the item number, which is very helpful because you could just go on their website and pop that in and it'll come right up. She uses the Priscilla's Pretty Plaids to finish. So there's a new one to either add to your series that you're working on, or just one that you think is cute to add to it. And then if you've been working on the wreath swap, she's come out with 6 kind of generic patterns to go in the O for home. We've got watermelons for summer, so if you didn't want to just do the month, happy birthday, you always want to change out for happy birthday. Summer with sandcastles and beach toys. And then coming up in May, everybody's going to be graduating. Back to school in September, I think that's really cute with the bus and the schools. And then for wedding days, or even, I mean, you could do that for Valentine's Day if you wanted to. So I believe we still do have the home patterns and the other ones that go in here. This was just their newest one. This is 3. It's called Celebrations. They're all done on 28 count black even weave. So there's a new one to add. So next up is Heartstrings Samplery, and if you are a sampler stitcher, here's one called Kate Adkin. It's a reproduction. She does this on 32 count prairie grass from Seraphim Fabrics, and 2 colors of red, baked apple and red rocks with Weeks dye work. So she gives you the DMC conversion also. And the next one, a little late for Valentine's Day, but you could always start it for next Valentine's Day or just to do. It's called Key to My Heart. It's 1 thread over 2 on graham cracker fabrics, 36 count graham cracker. Weeks Dye Works or conversion to DMC. I love it when they give you the conversions, because not everybody likes to work on the hand dyeds, and if we were all honest with ourselves, we all have huge stashes of DMC. Another in a series from Hands On Design is Mad for Plaid, and this is Winter. Autumn came out as a free pattern on her site, and then I believe she came out with it as a regular pattern like this. I love the little cups of hot cocoa down here at the bottom with the steam coming up and the snowflakes. So there's 4 in this series, and so 2 of them are out. She does this on 32 count Slate Belfast, Fabrics by Stephanie. She has on here Cosmo thread. I'm not sure if she's got a conversion inside, but we have a conversion sheet that we could probably come pretty close, or you could just go into your stash and make your own conversion and do what you like. So if you're following Pansy Patch, They have been doing a Pumpkin Lane series, and this one is number 5 in the series. It's called Butternut House. And of course it's got your squirrels and all kinds of other things, some pretty fallish type colors. She uses Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colorworks. Again, DMC conversions are provided. This was done on 36 count Dirty Teacup by Needle and Flax. 1 thread over 2. So she shows this as a pillow, but like all the series, you can do them all as one piece. So if you know how many there are in the series, then you would know how to stack them. And a lot of times if you go to their websites, they'll show you a layout of it. And the next one, which is fun, is the Candy Apple House. The squirrels are collecting the apples. I wish we could grow candy apples on a tree. This is done on the same 36 count Dirty Teacup. Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, DMC. So
has some really pretty colors in it.
Yeah.
I like that burgundy that's in there.
Is it it's probably mulberry. That's the
house.
Gentle Arts color.
That's pretty.
Yeah. And then Rosewood Manor. A lot of times Rosewood will do big pieces, but they've done some smaller pieces. This one is called I Love You. And it kind of reminds me, the center part reminds me of Ink Circles when they do theirs. She does this on 28 count Mountain Pink from Mountain Air Fabrics and Weeks Dye Works. Looks like that's the only floss. So that looks like that would be a heavily variegated floss. So I think all 3 of these you could use together. This one is called Hearts and Flowers. Same fabric and same
It's really pretty.
Floss.
Just one floss?
Mm-hmm. It's called Bethlehem.
Wow. That's stunning.
And each of these requires 2 skeins. So when you're just doing one color, and look at the border here, that's probably all just 1 thread with the hearts and the flowers. So is it? I think I ordered from Rosewood Manor, and they had some exciting things coming. This one's called Love Letters, and you can interchange the monogram here in the center. Same fabric, same floss. They only say 1 skein on this one, so if you did the other 2, you might want to get 5 or 6 skeins just to be safe that you have everything. But that one's got not quite as dense of stitching, so.
I'd want to do 3 so I could have my first, middle, and last initial.
There you go. You could do that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You know how people have on their name on their desk?
Yeah.
I would just have 3 cross-stitch pillows with my initials. That'd be my nameplate.
Yeah, we would look at that and go, what? But then that's okay. Okay, this one is Jan Hicks Creates, and I'm not sure if we've had her in the shop before or if she's a new designer to us, but this is called Stitching with Friends, and it says North, South, East, and West, stitching with friends is best. And let's see, this is stitched on 36 count Time Goes By, linen by Seraphim Hand Dyed. It's got a DMC conversion, Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colorworks.
I love the effect.
Yeah. It looks like
the color of the linen and
it looks like the
low.
Old.
I like the low contrast on this one.
Yeah. And we're seeing a lot of that in
That's pretty.
The samplers at market. They're the more muted colors, which makes it look more like the original reproduction.
That's real pretty.
So, or not the original reproduction. This would be the reproduction, but the original sampler.
I just love what the designer did with that.
Yeah, she kind of used...
I don't know what the colors are, but it looks like a burnt orange And then I love that lavender. Those colors look really good on that cloth.
Let's see, she uses Chesapeake, Heirloom Gold, Sugar Plum Concord, and Plum Paisley.
The heirloom gold and the plum paisley. Love that.
So.
And that light. There's like 3 shades of lavender there.
Mm-hmm.
That's stunning.
So how soon will you have this one done, Peter?
I'm still working on my witch. What are you talking about?
Okay, and we got the new issue of Just Cross Stitch. This is the April issue. And they've got 8 Easter patterns, so it's not too early to start working on Easter. Might just be easier to show you this.
Get a sneak peek.
Yeah, I get a sneak peek of what's in here. I was trying to count which the Easter ones were.
And go slow across the rows here.
Yeah.
Oh, the flower pillow is cool. Alphabet. Oh, that pencil case.
This is a zipper pouch. Yep.
Okay, I like that.
So, Peter, what's your rule of ordering or buying a book or a magazine?
I gotta have. Well, patterns are $10 usually, and a magazine is only the price of what, 1 pattern usually. Maybe
less.
So, if there's at least 1 pattern in there, then I'm good to go on one of these cross-stitch magazines. On a book that's more expensive, like if it's $20, then 2 patterns. If it's $30, 3 patterns, and so forth and so on.
My rule is 4.
4 on a magazine?
Yep, 4 in a magazine. I am. 4 in a magazine and 4 in a book.
Now, like a Blackbird's design book, their books are like, what, $25?
Probably.
$22?
Yeah.
So if there's at least 2 patterns in there, I mean, that's worthwhile.
Yeah, aren't those little bunnies cute?
Yeah. Are they cut out? They're cut out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are neat.
Yeah, so some fun spring stitching, and you know, you should start stitching on St. Patrick's Day stitching that you might have. I know Primrose Cottage has a few St. Patrick's Day patterns, and I'm anxious to see what they're bringing to market. I think there's a few others out there, so get stitching on your leprechauns and your 4-leaf clovers and anything Irish. So here's the fun part. I was looking at some things from market that the designers were bringing, and they put on there a source for finishing products. And I thought, well, I'm going to go look at this. And it's called PaisleysandPolkadots.com. And they have used, in their displays, they use actual cross stitch. So you can see what it's going to look like. I mean, I could go on all day about what they have, but they have a lot of really cool ideas and a lot of neat products. So I'm going to kind of earmark that for me when I do my finishing to take a look at that. So it's www.paisleysandpolkadots.com. So take a look at them and see what they have. They were very reasonably priced. So you'll get some new ideas on how to finish your cross stitch. This one, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to finish it. I was at Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago with my daughter and was kind of looking around. I saw a couple things, but that was in Anderson, and I'll go to the one here in Noblesville, so hopefully they have the same thing. But it'll be fun to finish. So, other than market new news in the cross stitch, there's a new stitch group that's going to be starting on Wednesday evenings from 5 to 7. This is going to be a smaller group from the Saturday group. They're only having 10 people in the group. It will be the same process. You will go online and sign up to attend each session. You'll pay $5, but the great thing is we give you a $5 coupon. So that $5 holds your place, and we give it back, and you can go buy some floss or a pattern or whatever you need out there. Don't forget the Saturday group is still meeting. That group was consistently full. That's why we opted to check out the possibility of starting a second one. And a gal stepped up and said sure, she would like to moderate that. So we have 2 groups. We still have the Saturday group, and now we have a Wednesday night group. So both of those groups are online. So if you want to take part in it, pop on over there and get signed up so you can meet some new stitchy friends. And I hear Peter has some influence with the Saturday group as far as...
I have no influence.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like you have quite a bit because they have the Peter Made Me Do It Stitch Along.
Oh, the Peter Made Me Do It Stitch Along. Tina, how many stitches do you have in on that? Have you started yet?
Now, Peter, do you have to do the same pattern that
No,
you...
no. I just make people do it. And I don't know if I'm doing a very good job if Tina hasn't started it.
Well, yeah. I mean, how easy is it to buy patterns and stash them?
Peter's pick out of those new cross stitches. Pick that one that I liked a lot. I don't know where it went. It was a sampler and it looked like in the era. Okay, this would be a perfect Peter Made Me Do It cross stitch because I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So if anybody y'all want to do it, you can say that I made you do it, and then you can be part of the stitch along.
There you go. There you go. And that's fun because if you're in a group that does a stitch along, you share where you're at in your... It can get kind of competitive too. You say, well, so-and-so got this much done. Well, I'm going to get this much done. So whatever gets your work done. So one of the patterns I'll tell you about, and I did order it, it's called Immortal. And it says, I'm buying cross stitch like I'm immortal. How many of our stashes look like that? I know my husband just looks over in the corner and just shakes his head. So, you know, I'm trying, but I am so diversified in everything that I do. It's like, okay, I'll work on quilting for this amount of time, wool this amount of time, punch needle, cross stitch, and it's like, ah! So
long arm quilting.
Oh, and long arm quilting. You know, at one point I counted 11 quilt tops in my closet.
Wow.
And I told my husband that, and he says, well, I think you should stop making quilts and get those done. The look I gave him was like, what are you talking about? Not do quilt tops? So this year, so far, I've completed 2 of them. And I'm thinking about my 3rd. So I just got to figure out what my backing is. I have the top and the binding all ready to go. So I just need to get the backing and the batting and put it on the long arm and get it done. So I am working through it, slow but sure. My kids, when I am gone, are going to have lots to fight over. I think I'm going to have to make a list of who has already said which ones they want. So, but that's okay. So I'm sure y'all have stashes like I do. It's just what we do. So that's all I have for today. Maybe the next one, Lenine will be back. And she's down in Florida stitching away, stitching up a storm maybe. Hopefully not, though. They don't need any storms down there in Florida. So she'll be back with all the things she's been working on. And soon after that, we'll be back for market. And we'll just, poor cross stitch department's just going to explode. So, but that's what we look forward to, the fun we have. So, be sure to check out our events that we have online. Don't forget to let me know your top 3 patterns you see out there. I want to make sure I have them on my list, and if not, I'll have to call them back and say, hey, I need this one. Keep stitching. Let us see what you're working on. Bring it in or post it. And we always want to see what you're working on. It's not just on this side of the camera. We want to see what you guys are working on too, because that inspires us to say, ooh, I really like that, and maybe go on to find the pattern and work on it. So on a gloomy day, get your stitching out, stitch something happy, and put a smile on your face. Have a great day.